He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. There are no facts, only interpretations. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. No price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. In every real man, a child is hidden that wants to play. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters. No one can construct for you the bridge upon which precisely you must cross the stream of life. A thought, even a possibility, can shatter and transform us. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. Silence is worse. All truths that are kept silent become poisonous. I am not upset that you lied to me. I'm upset that from now on I can't believe you. He who climbs upon the highest mountains laughs at all tragedies, real or imaginary. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. Every deep thinker is more afraid of being understood than of being misunderstood. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. Whoever has a strong enough why can bear almost any how, a variation of his famous line, I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and the impossible. A great man is pushed by the hand of God through the world. He is one who dares to want great things. One repays a teacher badly if one only remains a pupil. All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. The snake which cannot cast its skin has to die. As well, the minds which are prevented from changing their opinions, they cease to be mind. To forget one's purpose is the commonest form of stupidity. A moral system valid for all is basically immoral. There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth. Art is the proper task of life. No shepherd and one herd. Everybody wants the same, everybody is the same. Whoever feels different goes voluntarily into a madhouse. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not an end. Without music, life would be a mistake. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. Every word is a prejudice. He who despises himself still respects himself as one who despises. There are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know and those who want to believe. One often contradicts an opinion when it is merely the tone in which it has been presented. A thought comes when it wants, not when I want. One must give value to their existence by behaving as if one's very existence were a work of art. Distrust all in whom the impulse to punish is powerful. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. He who cannot put his thoughts on ice should not enter into the heat of dispute. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. Whoever is silent is regarded as consenting. To predict the behavior of ordinary people in advance, you only have to assume that they will always try to escape a disagreeable situation with the smallest possible expenditure of intelligence. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. Solitude makes us tougher toward ourselves and tenderer toward others. No one lies so boldly as the man who is indignant. What does not kill me makes me stronger, and what doesn't strengthen me kills me. Alternate version. The demand to be loved is the greatest of all arrogant presumptions. Is man one of God's blunders? Or is God one of man's blunders? All I need is a sheet of paper and something to write with, and then I can turn the world upside down. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. The essence of all beautiful art or great art is gratitude. He who has attained to only some degree of freedom of mind cannot feel other than a wanderer on the earth. The higher man is distinguished from the lower by his fearlessness and his readiness to challenge misfortune. The great epochs of our life are at the points when we gain the courage to rebaptize our badness as the best in us. A sedentary life is the real sin against the Holy Spirit. Only those thoughts that come by walking have any value. There are no eternal facts as there are no absolute truths. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. I am one thing, my writings are another. Character is determined more by the lack of certain experiences than by those one has had. The man who has a why to live can bear almost any how, reinforced variation of his core philosophy. The most perfidious way of harming a cause consists of defending it deliberately with faulty arguments. There is an innocence in admiration. It occurs in one who has not yet realized that they might also be admired someday. We have art in order not to die of the truth. Love is blind, friendship closes its eyes. Do not allow yourselves to be deceived. Great minds are skeptics. Man is the cruelest animal. There is always some madness in love. But there is also always some reason in madness, one of his most poetic lines. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. To do great things is difficult, but to command great things is more difficult. No victor believes in chance. What is the seal of liberation? No longer being ashamed in front of oneself. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. Another powerful variation of his famous theme. Every man is a creative cause of what happens, a primum mobile with an original movement. One path only leads upward, and this is my path. Let me climb it alone. A warrior must be ready both to live and to die. The demand to be loved is the greatest of all arrogant presumptions. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit, but also the spirit of his friends. The world is deep and deeper than the day could read. Knowledge kills action. Action requires the veils of illusion. He who cannot bear solitude should beware of community. The tree that would grow to heaven must send its roots to hell. No one dies of fatal truths nowadays. There are too many antidotes. Insanity in individuals is something rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs it is the rule. The most dangerous enemy you can meet will always be you. Sometimes one must first allow oneself to be shattered before one can truly live. One no longer loves one's knowledge when one communicates it. There is not enough love and goodness in the world to permit us to give any of it away to imaginary beings. Morality is the herd instinct in the individual. Become who you are. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. One should die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly. One must pay dearly for immortality. One has to die several times while still alive. Ultimately, it is the desire, not the desired, that we love. The lie is a condition of life. Shared joys make a friend, not shared sufferings. Everything the state says is a lie, and everything it has is stolen. The great man is a playwright of his own existence. We don't get rid of God because we still believe in grammar. No artist tolerates reality